Welcome to the English Mic, Jasveer's podcast. Level up your English, make your impact last. Today's episode takes you beyond the boundary where English meets emotion. After RCB's big win, Kohli was all smiles, while Shreyas Iyer stayed quiet. But there's more here than just cricket. We've got 3 English phrases born from their emotions. Let's get started.
Okay, let's dive in. We've got a really interesting set of sources today. It's this mix of notes, articles, all making this connection I find fascinating. Language and sports.
Oh, it's a great angle.
And this material you provided, it zeroes in on a very specific moment, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really high stakes. And how that moment kind of birthed some really expressive English.
Exactly. That IPL final.
Right, the climax.
Yeah.
RCB finally winning, Virat Kohli's reaction. Pure emotion.
And the contrast, too. Shreyas Iyer on the other side.
Yes. And the sources make this great point. Sport isn't just, rules and scores. It's packed with human feeling, effort, stories.
Absolutely. A real concentration of human experience.
And that intensity, apparently, makes it this perfect breeding ground for new ways of saying things. Powerful language.
It really does. It's amazing how these big shared moments, these collective experiences, can actually forge language. They create this common ground, this emotional understanding.
So new phrases can just land, and people get them instantly.
Precisely.
Right.
So our mission for this deep dive is to pull out 3 really potent English phrases from this specific event.
Yeah.
Phrases that maybe started on the cricket field, but, they have a depth that's useful for describing all sorts of things in everyday life.
Great. Let's unpack the first one then. It comes from that RCB win, focusing on Virat Kohli. The sources paint this picture. Celebrations are erupting everywhere, but on him, there's this kind of quiet intensity.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
His eyes, the way he held himself, that subtle smile after chasing that trophy for years. And the source describes him as wearing the win.
Wearing the win. I love that. It's so much better than just saying, oh, he looks happy or relieved, right?
Totally.
It implies the success isn't just external. It's not something that just happened to him. It's like it's soaked into him.
Right.
You see it in how he carries himself, the confidence, the bearing. It's like a visible sign of what's going on inside.
Like the victory is an actual garment he's put on.
The source had a good parallel, too, didn't it? Something about a job interview.
Yes. After landing her dream job, she walked into the panel's room later that day, absolutely wearing the win. It captures that quiet certainty.
You could just see it radiating off her, that internal pride, self-assurance.
Exactly. Not showy or loud. Just this deep knowledge you've achieved something significant. You can read it in someone's presence.
The result of all that effort finally showing. Like Kohli in that moment.
Precisely.
Okay, so now let's flip the coin completely.
Yeah.
The sources deliberately contrast Kohli's moment with the losing captain, Shreyas Iyer.
Right, the other side of that intense emotion.
While RCB goes wild, Iyer is described as just standing there. So still, head kind of down, just taking it in.
Absorbing the defeat.
Yeah, not shouting, no obvious anger, just completely silent. And the phrase used for this is swallowed by silence.
Ooh, swallowed by silence. That's powerful.
Isn't it? It really nails that feeling of being totally overwhelmed, usually by shock or, disappointment, bad news maybe. Overwhelmed to the point where you just can't speak.
It's not a choice to be quiet.
No, it's imposed on you by the sheer weight of the moment.
And that image of Iyer standing there while chaos erupts around him, it just perfectly captures that. The source example was relatable too. The exam results won.
Yes. When the unexpected exam results were announced, the entire classroom was swallowed by silence.
Yeah. Nobody knew what to say or could say anything, really.
It's so evocative, isn't it? Like silence is this physical thing that's just consumed the person, made them mute.
Definitely.
It's a much deeper way to describe being speechless than just saying they were quiet. Adds this dramatic weight.
Absolutely lands. You feel the internal state. Okay, third phrase. This brings us back to Kohli finally lifting the trophy.
The culmination.
Right. But the sources stress it wasn't just about lifting some metal. He was described as carrying the weight of years.
Carrying the weight of years. That phrase does so much work.
How so?
Well, it connects that single moment, that peak, to the whole long history leading up to it. It sums up the cumulative load.
You mean the effort, the pressure?
Exactly. The sustained effort, the huge expectations, public, personal, the pressure building up season after season, year after year, all for this one big goal.
It's like the trophy wasn't just about that final game or even that season. It was, well, a decade or more of work, wasn't it?
All the near misses, the criticism he faced, the sheer dedication despite setbacks, the hopes of millions,
Yeah.
all that history, all that pressure, concentrated and then released or maybe lifted in that one physical act.
That makes sense. The source had another example, right? About a small business.
When her small business finally became profitable after 5 challenging years, she felt like she was carrying the weight of years off her shoulders.
You feel the relief in that. The burden was real and long-lasting.
Precisely. And this phrase acknowledges that big wins rarely just happen overnight. They're usually built on incredible patience, resilience, just sticking with it for a long time.
It adds that layer of respect for the journey, not just the destination. Recognizes the sheer effort.
Couldn't have put it better.
So there we have them. 3 really vivid expressions, all drawn from one, super emotional sports moment.
Yep.
Wearing the win, that visible sign of triumph. Swallowed by silence, the overwhelming impact of shock or loss. And carrying the weight of years, acknowledging that long backstory to success.
Born in that IPL final maybe, but so useful elsewhere.
Absolutely. Ready for your everyday English toolkit.
And that's the key, isn't it? Their power comes from being anchored in real, relatable emotion.
Right.
They connect with our own experiences, our wins, our moments of being stunned silent, our own long projects that finally come through.
So using them makes your language richer, more real.
Definitely. It helps you get beyond just saying someone was happy or sad or worked hard. You connect on a deeper, more human level, expressing those complex feelings.
It's a great example of how these intense, shared human moments can really drive language forward, create new tools for us.
Unexpected classrooms, you could say.
Yeah, exactly. And that kind of leaves a thought for you listening right now. Consider how those moments of intense feeling, specific events you share with others, maybe it is a sports event, maybe it's big news, maybe something personal, how these can be unexpected places to learn, really nuanced, impactful ways to express things. Think about what everyday experiences you've had that felt so significant, maybe significant enough that you could say they're carrying the weight of years, just waiting for the right words.
Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe for more English power and fluency. The mic is off, but your voice goes on. Stay confident, stay expressive.